everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new and you haven't watched my videos before, nice to meet you. What you're about to see is everything that I sold on eBay in the last month, and this particular month is October 2024. So you're going to see a little clip of everything I sold, maybe a little background on it, how much I paid for it, or maybe no info at all. And then at the very end of the video, I'm going to come back and give you real statistics of how much I listed, how much profit I made, and so on and so forth. So here you go. Here are the clips. Aren't these pretty? So these are some sort of filament, a blending filament that's used for, I think maybe like embroidery. I'm not entirely sure. Needlepoint or something. Beautiful, beautiful collection. These I got really cheap. I might have paid $1 for all of them. I'm not entirely sure. Might have been less. So they're mostly new. And then there's a couple that are opened, but still have a good bit on them. I'm not sure if this one is new or not. Anyhow, so I sold these. It's a lot of 10 of the one brand, one Coats and Clark. And I sold these for $20.99. Here we have a cute little assortment of some troll dolls. I overpaid for these. I paid $7.99 for these. I thought they would be worth more. I will make money on these. I sold them for $38.99, but I probably wouldn't have paid all that I did had I known they weren't quite as worth it as much as I thought maybe they would be. Seems like it kind of varies on the troll doll, like the value, depending on their little outfit and their hair, you know, if it's a rarer variety. But what a blast from the past, right? Pretty neat. It's a vintage hardcover, the Bible in Pictures. Does have some wear to it, but it still has a lot of life in it. Kind of like an old comic book style book. Pretty neat. And this I sold for $15. So here we have a completed counted cross stitch project that has never been framed or used in any way. Beautiful handiwork. Very pretty. Welcome to our place. And this measures about 20 inches by 14 inches. Sometimes I come across the most beautiful completed pieces at thrift stores for like nothing, and I just can't leave them there. I know how much work it took somebody to make this, and I know that there are people out there who would treasure it, and there's somebody that would love to have it. So I always pick them up as long as they're reasonably priced. I believe this was a quarter. A quarter. Can you even imagine? Anyhow, I did have it listed for a little while, and it is now sold for $16.50. And then I also have, this is a paperback, The Splendor of His Ways. It is pre-owned, but in decent condition. And this I sold for $9.99. So this is yet another pattern, sewing pattern. And if you've watched my eBay sales videos, you know that patterns are my new favorite thing to sell. This is pre-owned but unused. It's still factory folded. Now this pattern I'm not going to be able to use the eBay standard envelope for because it's pretty large, but I sold it for enough to you know, make up for having to pay for the additional shipping. So I sold this for $19.99. It's a little different clown costumes in size large. This is a pre-owned paperback, Soul Feast. It does have a little wear to it, but overall, very usable. And this I sold for $10. Okay, so here, excuse my voice, I have a cold. This is Big Block Basics Log Cabin. This is for tissue paper foundations to make a log cabin quilt. And this I sold for $9.50. And then I have a Bavarian Hearts. It's just like a little kit to
make these little ornaments, and I left a post-it on here of the price I paid, $1. And it's complete. That's kind of neat. And this I sold for $15.44. And then we have a book called The Critical Journey. Now this looks like an older book, but it's not as old as it looks. But it is worth some money. I sold this for $27.99. This is a 3-book commentary set on Genesis. The formats are a little different. This is a hardcover without a dust jacket, and then these have the dust jackets, but they're all in very nice condition. Pre-owned. These are Claus Westermann, a continental commentary. So I sold the set of 3 of these for $45.99. And I have 2, these look fun, CoverGirl Exhibitionist Liquid Glitter Eyeshadow. And we have a Moonlight and an At First Blush. These were paired together. And so I sold the 2 of these together for $8.55. This is Spot On Dot Magnifying Lens by the Gypsy Quilter. Just a little 1-inch little magnifying glass that you can put on like a ruler or whatever you're trying to measure. Anyways, I sold that for $12.99. And then I have this study guide by Dr. David Jeremiah. God, I need some answers. Now this is pre-owned, but unused. So it's blank inside at the places where you could have written. And this I sold for $13.25. So this is a 1-yard cut of fabric. I got this at one of the fabric fairs that I like to go to. Maybe you even saw a video where I shared this particular cut of fabric. It is called Graceful Moments, Lace and Roses by Maywood Studio. And this is what I paid for it. So I'm just going to remove this out, and then I'll put this in a poly mailer to mail that. And I sold this for $16. And then I have, this is a Johnny Cash t-shirt. It says Johnny Cash, the man in black. So I've sold a few of these. I bought a bunch of these at Walmart a while ago, probably at least a year ago, and I sell them periodically. They were $1 each on clearance, so great deal. And I sold this for $12. And then we have, this is a CoverGirl lipstick. It's called Love Me Later. I actually considered keeping this for myself because it's like a sparkly, do you see that little sparkle pink? And then I looked it up and I realized it was actually quite valuable. I guess it's not available anymore. So I sold this for $31.99. This came from one of my boxes from Wholesale Ninjas. I think this was in the collections of, I bought like 200 pieces of CoverGirl makeup that they had listed for sale, like I think it was a typo, ridiculously cheap, and I bought 2 boxes. So I think I only paid like, I don't know, maybe 35 cents for this or something along those lines. Super, super cheap. So I sold this for $31.99. And lastly, I have a unique Moodstruck glitter eyeliner. And this, I also have a video on. This huge, unique cosmetic haul I got from the Goodwill. Incredible deals. Anyways, I sold this brand new glitter eyeliner for $16.55. So this is a vintage paperback, Tribulation, Birth Pangs from the Bottomless Pit. And this, I've had listed a while, definitely over a year, maybe longer. It's in good condition. And this I sold for $13.55. Now, a sad note, I sold a older hardcover edition of the Velveteen Rabbit, and I cannot find it anywhere. I can see it, but I can't find it. So I'm going to have to cancel that order, unfortunately. And what I do when that happens, because it does periodically happen, where I can't find what I sold, or maybe it's damaged, or for a while I feel like there was a quantity issue with eBay and quantities adjusting properly. So what I do is just cancel the order, send a message apologizing, and offer the individual who purchased something a 20% discount on anything in my store that they may be interested in, just to maybe try to recapture a sale, but more so just to show my true intentions of being sorrowful and trying to let them know that their business is appreciated. So I'm gonna have to do that for the Velveteen Rabbit. So this is a new study guide, Pressure Points by Chip Henderson. And this I sold for $12. And this was purchased by a repeat buyer. I'm not sure what they bought, but apparently they bought something within the last 2 years from me. So that's fun. So I don't know if it's just me who runs across completed counted cross stitch pieces, but I run across them all the time. Beautiful pieces, completed and never, put into a frame or a project. So this is Footprints in the Sand. Gorgeous, beautifully done. I guess it was done by Johnny in '87. Beautiful. And this was in a bag with some counted cross stitch material and another completed project that I got at the Goodwill for, I think it was like $2.99. I've gotten beautiful pieces for like $1/4. I mean, it just blows my mind. And I cannot leave them. I can't leave that beautiful workmanship, just there. And I've had a lot of luck with selling pieces, completed pieces, sometimes even framed pieces. So this I sold for $29.99. It is a large piece. It measures 20 inches by 14. And then I have two unique items. This is a eyeshadow palette. It's number 4, Addiction, brand new. And this I sold for $39.99. While back, I got a ton of unique brand new cosmetics at the Goodwill, super cheap. And then I also sold to a different customer. This is a unique Splash liquid lipstick, and this is in shade Smashing. And this I sold for $19.55. This is a Dritz 2 long doll needles, item 154. Just very long needles, 5 inches in the original package. How I came across this, my grandmother is downsizing. She's going into an assisted living. She packed up a bunch of stuff and asked if I wanted it. And I didn't really have a need for these, and I was going to donate them. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to scan this barcode here quick. And I saw they were selling, I'm not going to make a ton of money on this, but it didn't cost me anything, and it actually sold relatively quickly. I don't think, I may have had it listed a month at the most. So I sold this for $8.25. And then I have a pre-owned paper bag. This is called Turning Members into Leaders. It's in very good used condition. And this I sold for $11. Now, hopefully you can see this well enough. It's in its an original packaging, but then it's also in a plastic sleeve that it came in. So this is something, it's a insect shield, UV insect shield, and there's different ways to wear it. The original multifunctional headwear, it's got a special passport style to it. I think that's what it's called, actually. And this I picked up at the Goodwill, and I sold it for $18.99.
This is a audiobook on CD, The Canopy by Angela Hunt, in good use condition. And this I sold for $12. So this is the American Destiny series by Dr. James Kennedy. But there's also some different authors. Anyways, it's a set of 3 books. America Restored, hardcover, very good condition. America's Heritage, and America Adrift. And just really nice books. So I sold the set of these for $20.25. This is a cute little eyeshadow quad by CoverGirl. This is called Midsummer Night Mayhem. Beautiful shades. This did come from Wholesale Ninjas at one time or another. And this I sold for $9. These are 2 packs of press-on nails, which I have never had much luck with. These are beautiful. You see these have like an iridescent kind of pearly look to them, and like a little pearl there, and then the floral, and then these are just blue with some glitter accents. Anyways, on a side note, I have a friend that uses these. I think a shorter version, more of like a petite nail. Anyways, she just super glues them on, and she says they last a really long time when she super glues them. I haven't tried it myself, but anyways, beautiful. These did come from Wholesale Ninjas at one point in time. And these I sold together for $14. And then I have a set of 4 board books of Chuck and Friends. So this is a old cartoon. This was popular when my son, who just turned 18 over the summer, this particular child, when he was a little one, this guy Chuck was popular, and these were his books. And I was actually going to get rid of them because Chuck kind of went away, and my younger children now, they don't really know about Chuck. And I was gonna like donate them or something. You can see they have a lot of wear. They've been around and they were loved. And but then I saw like there was some interest in Chuck. And so I listed these, and I've actually had them listed quite some time. They've had a lot of watchers, and I think that if they were in better condition, they would have sold long before now. But they're just not, and that's okay. I mean, they'd be great. They have a lot of life in them still, but they've been around the block a few times. So anyways, I finally sold these. I sold them for $11.45. Not going to make a ton of money, but I'm happy to make a little bit off of them, and we certainly did get our use out of them. So today I have this little kit. It's called Sheepish. It's a wool felt needle case, and there's everything in here to make it. Instructions. The materials are in between the 2 pieces of fabric here, or pieces of paper. This is by Grandma Cecil's house. This I actually got. I bought a advent box from Missouri Quilt Star Company, Missouri Star Company. Anyways, I didn't really want this, so I decided to list it, and I sold this for $9.99. Here we have a beautiful Simplicity vintage pattern. It's for some nightgowns, some pajamas, some robe options. Super cute. And this I sold for $11. This is a applique flowers and quilt projects book. Beautiful botanicals. It is pre-owned, but in really good condition. Has some beautiful pieces in it. And this I sold for $17.99. Wow, look at that. Let's see, what is it new? $29.95. Okay, so you just saw everything that I sold for October. I had a total of 34 sales, which isn't really very good for me. Actually, in fact, when I figured out my total profit for the month, I looked back, and it is the least amount of profit I have made in at least the last 2 years. Could have been longer. I didn't reference back into 2022. But that being said, I didn't put a lot in to eBay in October. I had 41 listings. Life just got a little busy. I'm not blaming eBay for it. I think it was just how it all worked out. I feel that my sales generally reflect how active I am on eBay listing. So 34 sales, and I listed 41 items. So I am happy to say I still made a little progress towards my goal. I have had a goal of getting to 2,000 active listings for quite some time. It was my 2024 goal, and it's not going to happen, because let me tell you what I have right now. This is good to know. My active listings currently are 1,475. So you can see I'm nowhere close. I am going to keep working on it. I don't think I'm going to make it by the end of the year. It might be my 2025 goal yet again. Anyhow, so I made a profit of $292.50. And when I divide that by my total sales, it gives me an average sale of $8.60. So, you know, not the best month, but also I didn't invest a lot of time and I still made some income. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. And let's hope November is looking better and that I get some listings going. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.